What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle. Yes, is the best money in credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom of the description, all my social media links will pop up, right? Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So, let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what do my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos, get them notifications. There's going to be some information that's going to help you in, keep you informed, and keep you entertained. So, we've been dropping real gems up here. We got new bank methods, bank scams, hacker scams, tactic schemes that's been going on in the world right now that's been intriguing a lot of new people. Your average person who you would think would never think about getting into this world is getting into this world. And there's a lot of people who are new to this world making a lot of money. And there's a lot of people out there that's figured out a lot of things and a lot of loopholes in the world, in the system. So today we're going to be talking about these new credit card methods and how people are basically utilizing different credit card tactics to generate some type of revenue. And people got to start understanding that wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam or fraud being committed. And a lot of people got to start being more aware of what's going on out here because all day, every second, every hour on the hour, there's somebody either trying to commit some type of fraud or committing some type of fraud or learning about fraud or talking about fraud or thinking about fraud. Everybody trying to get some money, and a lot of people are being brainwashed from social media to believe that this world is a world where you just get free money, easy money. Just here goes some money, here goes some money. And a lot of people don't understand that this world requires a lot of thinking, a lot of researching, a lot of common sense, which the average American doesn't have, which makes it seem like the things that's being done are very, very hard when they're extremely easy. That's why you actually see a lot of people coming over to this world, the dark world, with scams and fraud. Scams have been up since 600 to 800% since COVID-19. Before COVID-19, you didn't see people on social media flashing money, making, doing this type of stuff like that. You didn't see it. But then, ever since COVID-19, they presented new things as PPP loans, EDD, different things like that that helped a lot of people get a lot of money, the most money that they ever had and ever seen in their lifetime. But you got to understand that most people lack common sense. Most people don't actually think. So they told everybody when it came to the PPP loan that you have to do the forgiveness. And a lot of people got millions of dollars of fraudulent businesses. I'm talking about businesses so fraudulent that they not even really registered with the Secretary of State. They just some made up documentations, and these banks went for it. Because when they started to go look for these businesses, it wasn't even popping up. And then a lot of these people did not do the forgiveness part, and a lot of people did do the forgiveness part. See, a lot of people go through with the procedure until they get the whatever that they want to get. They don't finish the procedure, which messes everything up. Like people who do the school method, making $60,000. It's a lot of people that sign up for school and get refund checks and get that first check and then drop off out of school. And then there's people that get that first refund check and say, okay, let me figure something out. Like me, for instance, I got that first check and I said, why would I drop out of school when I can keep getting these checks? So what I figured out was, how long do I got to stay in these classes for until I can drop these classes and retake them. So what I used to do is I figured out that you had to stay in school for 60% of the time. That class or your class is 60%. So they gave you a drop date. So basically, School started in January. You 60% of the class, it's like February. I forgot the date, but as long as you was in class until that date, you can drop after that date. So I would get all the work, drop the class, retake the class, get the same amount of money, and pass all the classes. I was just finessing the system, easy as that, and finessing checks. That's how you finesse financial aid the right way, legally too, at that, because they're giving you all of this money. They're giving it to you. Some people don't utilize all these financial aid. Me, I utilized all of it until I was in my last semester, until I had to graduate, and I just paid for it. It was only $2,500, books included. So I'm like, man, just pay for this and graduate and got a degree. But I was in school for about 6 good years getting some checks. So you gotta think about it. Setting yourself up in school to get a degree and get money for 6 years is crazy. I mean, it might be 10,000 a year, but that 10,000 come in different forms. Like, and more different people get different amounts at that. You gotta think about it. I was getting that at 20 years old, 21 years old. So grown people and adults and jobs, they get more money. So, but that's off subject. So a lot of people are getting into the fraudulent world. A lot of people are promoting a lot of different things. A lot of people are flashing hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they got random people who want to get a method, want to get a load up, or get a glitch, or get all these type of things. And people aren't understanding the logistics that come with these things. So it's a lot of people that's focusing on the bank world, the bank methods, checks, credit cards, loans, lines of credit, those type of things, because it seems easier and faster to be able to get. So a lot of people do credit card fraud. And there's a lot of ways that people commit this type of scam or this type of fraudulent activity. So you got people who might utilize fools, go get credit cards in different people's names, and go max them out. Then you got people who buy different credit card credentials off the dark web and order things offline. For instance, for example, I just did a reaction video of this woman in Chicago who brought brought some stolen credit card information off the dark web and was paying for her workout bill at Planet Fitness, paying for Robux for her son, like paying for her real bills. And people are that slow, and that's what I be talking about. Lack of common sense. Why would you use something that's stolen to pay for your personal items? Like, this is not a freebie. This is not something legal. This is something that you're not supposed to be doing. And it's a lot of people who buy these things and go down that route, thinking that whatever they just brought is just they can just go out in the free world and use. Like, you have something illegal and stolen, technically. Why are y'all not understanding that you got to go through these steps to keep yourself safe? And a lot of people, that's why a lot of people who get in this world end up going to jail, because they think like that. They think they can go buy a stolen credit card off the internet and then go order stuff and send it to their house and put it in their name. Like, it's not going to be tracked back to them. I did a couple reaction videos of people buying stuff off the dark cards off the dark web and ordering them in their name. Ridiculous. So people got to start comprehending more of what's going on. So you got people who are doing those silly methods, and then you got people that's actually thinking and using their cabeza, saying, "Okay, this card information. If I go, if I basically got a card, right? It might be a physical card, it might be a linkable card, right? So they got a card. So they saying, how can I utilize this card without being on camera, without you know basically creating a paper trail. So then you got people who are saying, okay, well, if I can link my socks and proxies and change my IP and then go on sites like Amazon Prime or whatever these sites that sell prepaid debit cards and buy different prepaid debit cards, they're thinking in a whole different way, because now they're not on camera. Now they're wherever they're at that they're ordering these prepaid debit cards from, their IP is hidden, so their location is hidden. Like, they're setting themselves up to eliminate a paper trail. So it might seem like when they look at the victim looks at bank statement or wherever it says this purchase was made, it might say California, but the person is really in Chicago or Canada or somewhere that's not in California. So now they looking at California where nobody was actually in California because they set up everything the right way to eliminate a paper trail, SOCs and proxies, VPNs and things like that. Because when people go, they understand that when you buy a debit card, prepaid debit card, you're basically putting money on that card, and that card is not attached to anybody or any account. It's just a prepaid card. So anybody can put money on that card. And once money goes on that card, that money is now basically anybody's. So people are starting to utilize that method. You getting stolen cards and ordering off Amazon prepaid debit cards, going into these stores, getting prepaid debit cards and just that and that's gift card scam. That's how people were loading up gift cards because if you can get these card credentials and you can get $200 and load up a gift card and do that 10 times. It's $1,000. So just imagine how many times people just wishing they can get at least $200 and load them up on gift cards. Go to ATM and go spend it and buy this and do that because the money on those cards are not attached to anybody's account. It's just money there that's been placed there. So it's a lot of new scam methods. There's a lot of new tactics that's going on. A lot of fraud schemes, scam methods, fraud methods, loads, glitches. It's a lot going on in the dark web. So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out there. Because there's a lot of people that's brainwashed. There's a lot of people that's intrigued with these type of things. And like I said, this is all educational purposes. I'm not telling nobody to do nothing, but at the end of the day, these things are really happening in the real world that we all are living in. Like if I hit my elbow on this thing, that really happened. So people gotta understand, like, what we can't just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. And believe me, it's happening all day, every day. So at the end of the day, at the end of all these scams, these methods, and fraudulent activity, there's a victim, and nobody wants to become a victim. So, like I tell you guys all the time, make sure you're getting your Norton Lifeline to monitor all your financial and social media accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on, and a reminder to the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there being sold. Make sure you guys are free to alter your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience, so nobody can get anything in your name, no loans, credit cards, lines of credit, cars, apartments, and that's basically the main type of fraud that's going on when it comes to identity theft. And make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit card numbers every so often. We use our cards all day, tap, swipe, insert, order online, and we use these same cards for years, never change them. So just imagine how many times we use our card in different traveled and different databases this information is on. And we all know there's always a database compromise leak or hack. So getting a new card is a fresh start, new information, fresh start. So where that old information was previously stored, it won't be valid and you keep yourself safe, right? So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out here in this real crazy world that we all living out. Because we all are living in it and nobody wants to become a victim. So be more safe, be more cautious, and be more aware out there. All right. So shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there because without y'all, there be no me. Y'all motivate me to keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me to keep you entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime 101 limited gems are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. Yes, 600. Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready. And we will go from there. All right. No screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions. And please do not yell me. Make sure y'all booking y'all seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 250. Make sure y'all booking y'all seat on the on the in-person limited gyms, on the crypto tour, in-person limited gyms, 3,500. Make sure y'all booking your seat on the month-long mentorship, $1,000. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App Millionaire Networking World. Still look for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikToks, and Snapchat. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives. And make sure y'all getting there and y'all fitting in with these load ups, right? 120 and up. But for 250 and up, you sit back, relax, and do nothing and receive your funds. So make sure y'all ready to work. Make sure y'all ready to elevate and grow, become successful. And I'll see y'all at the next lesson video or live. Peace.